good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Thursday's edition of Quick Morning. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. A 21-member JPC committee has been constituted to review the One Nation, One Poll bill. That's going to be one of our top focus stories through the day. Let's begin first up with the top stories in this segment. In a tragic incident, at least 13 people died while 101 people were rescued after a Navy craft undergoing engine trials lost control and collided with ferry that carried 80 passengers and 5 crew members in Mumbai. The ferry was on its way to Elephanta Islands when the speedboat circled around it before ramming into it. The naval boat's engine had been changed recently, and the new engine was being tested. The naval boat had 6 persons on board, including 2 Navy personnel. The Coast Guard, Navy and Marine Police have launched a massive rescue operation. 4 helicopters were also involved in the search efforts. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra Chief Minister Fadnavis confirmed the incident and expressed condolences, saying that the boat either belongs to the Navy or to the Coast Guards. The state has now decided to declare financial assistance of 5 lakh to the kin of the deceased.
कमल नाम की एक जो प्रवासी वेसल थी उसको नौदल की एक बोट टकराने से एक बहुत बड़ा अपघात हुआ है, एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। इस एक्सीडेंट में तकरीबन 101 लोगों को सुरक्षित बचा लिया गया है, किंतु 13 लोगों की मृत्यु इसमें हुई है।
Nepal's Foreign Minister Arzu Rana Deuba will be on a 3-day visit to India starting today. In fact, in this visit, she will attend an official program and undergo health checkups following a surgery earlier this year. She will also deliver a keynote address at the Indo-Nepal conference, in which she will focus on India's economic growth and regional cooperation between the two countries. A joint parliamentary panel has been formed to examine the framework proposed for the One Nation, One Election bill. The committee includes 21 members of parliament from the Lok Sabha, which will assess the bill and will engage in discussions. The list includes a mix of key leaders from several political parties, which includes former Union Minister Anurag Thakur, BJP's national spokesperson Sambit Patra, newly elected Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee, NCP SCP leaders Supriya Sule, among others. Additionally, 10 members from Rajya Sabha have also been included in this panel, which makes the total number of members in the committee to 31. The committee is expected to submit its report before the next parliamentary session to set the stage for the discussions. Meanwhile, the opposition has criticized the bill, calling it an attack on the federal structure of the constitution. The Union Home Minister slammed Congress for twisting his comments on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the Rajya Sabha. The Home Minister claimed that the opposition is intentionally distorting facts to mislead the public. His remarks come in response to Congress leaders who've criticized his statements. Additionally, addressing a press conference, Amit Shah condemned the opposition for repeatedly misinterpreting his remarks and even Prime Minister's remarks, saying that it is a deliberate attempt of the Congress to create confusion. Shah further took aim at the Congress for disrespecting national figures like Veer Savarkar, the Hindutva icon, and tarnishing the Constitution's legacy.
मेरे बयान को तोड़ मरोड़ कर पेश किया गया। मेरा मीडिया के सभी मित्रों से आग्रह है, कांग्रेस ने सार्वजनिक जीवन में जो पद्धति की है कि बयानों को तोड़ मरोड़ कर पेश करना, हो हल्ला मचाना और भ्रांति खड़ी करना। पहले उन्होंने नरेंद्र मोदी जी के भी एडिटेड बयानों को सार्वजनिक किया।
Congress party will stage a nationwide protest in all Congress-ruled states, demanding the resignation of the Union Home Minister with his remarks on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Indie bloc has unanimously condemned the statement of Amit Shah, asking the Home Minister to apologize publicly and in Parliament over his remarks. Referring to Amit Shah's statements in the Rajya Sabha, Congress President Kharge said that the Home Minister has accused the Congress of speaking about Ambedkar 100 times, but he himself insulted Ambedkar in the Parliament.
He is being caught red-handed for insulting Baba Saheb Ambedkar. He must resign. He must apologize. He can't do this kind of runaway politics. He should not be left free because he has insulted Baba Sahib Ambedkar. He must resign first. Mr. Amit Shah must resign. Mr. Amit Shah must apologize.
Now, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah will also chair a high-level security meet in the national capital today. The meet will primarily focus on the critical security issues with a special emphasis on the situation in J&K. Lieutenant Governor of J&K Manoj Sinha will also attend the meeting, which aims to review the strategies to ensure peace and stability in the region. NSA Ajit Doval, who was in Beijing for a special representative talk with Chinese counterpart Wang Yi, is also expected to attend the meeting, along with the Home Secretary Govind Mohan. The meet is to be chaired by Amit Shah after a gap of 5 months. In the previous meeting, the Home Minister had directed security agencies to replicate success achieved in the Kashmir Valley through an area domination plan and zero terror plan and anti-terror action plan in the Jammu division. The visit of 4-member team from Archaeological Survey of India is set to arrive in Sambhal today. The visit was postponed and officials will now explore and excavate the ancient temple found in the area. The team comprises of excavation and exploration officer, an assistant archaeological officer and even a surveyor. The team will first report to Sambhal's DM office and then will proceed to the temple site. Maharashtra Legislative Council chairperson will be elected today. Deputy chairperson Neelam Gore made his announcement in the council on the second day of the ongoing winter session in Maharashtra. The chairperson's post was lying vacant since July after Ram Raje Naik's term ended. Among the 78 members in the upper house, the BJP has 19 members, Congress has 7, Shiv Sena UBT has 7 members, Shiv Sena has 6. While both the NCP factions have 5 members each. Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan, acting on the recommendation of the state cabinet, in October had approved the names of 7 MLCs out of 12 vacant posts under the quota division in the segment. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has expressed fears that Murshidabad and Malada districts in West Bengal might become a part of Bangladesh. He said that both the areas have more than 70% population of Muslims. Adhir's remarks come amidst the backdrop of demographic changes in the region. He cautioned that elements in Bangladesh are in an expansionist mode. The Congress leader's statement has sparked a big demography debate, raising questions about the implications of changing population dynamics in the region. Meanwhile, Delhi court is likely to decide today whether to transfer the terror funding case against J&K MP Rashid Ali to another court. The hearing the case is scheduled to take place today. The NIA informed Principal District and Sessions Judge Vimal Kumar Yadav on 27th of November said that it was likely to move the Delhi High Court seeking grant of special powers to a court currently hearing the terror funding case against Rashid to enable it to hear the case. Now, Zomato's market cap has surged substantially, getting you all those details in our business segment. Food delivery giant Zomato's market cap has surged past Tata Motors in terms of market capitalization. Zomato's market cap has peaked 162% year-to-date to 2.83 lakh crore rupees. That surpassed Tata Motors market cap in recent days. Dipendra Goyal-led firm has also surged ahead of the market cap of Bajaj Auto. Analysts say that the shares of Zomato have been zooming ever since the food delivery firm announced that it is set to replace JSW Steel on the BSE Sensex starting 23rd of December. Now, cigarettes to hotels conglomerate ITC has announced the record date for the demerger of its hotel business. In an exchange filing, the ITC said that the company has fixed a record date for determining the shareholders of the company to whom the shares of ITC Hotels Limited would be allotted. The company has announced January 6th next year as a record date for demerger of its hotel business. This necessarily means that the shareholders who are holding the shares of ITC will on January 6th be allotted the shares of ITC Hotels in accordance with the scheme of arrangements. Finance Minister Sitharaman announced a significant achievement by the Enforcement Directorate. She stated that properties worth 22,280 crore rupees linked to economic offenders have been restored to public and private sector banks. This underscores the government's resolve in addressing financial crimes. Sitharaman also gave a further breakdown of major recoveries, which include properties worth 14,000 crore rupees of Vijay Mallya, the fugitive diamond heir, saying that the properties have now been restored. Assets of Nirav Modi worth approximately 1,000 crore rupees have been handed to the public and private sector banks. In addition to the detailing the ED successes, Sitharaman addressed concerns about India's economic growth while acknowledging the lower than expected GDP growth of 5.4% in the July-September quarter of FY 2024-2025. The finance minister attributed this to a temporary blip and highlighted the resilience of the Indian economy. Meanwhile, MobiWik shares surged on their debut trade, listed at a premium of over 50%. The premium climbed to over 90% in intraday trade. It was fueled by an overwhelming response during the IPO subscription. MobiWik Systems Limited is positioned as a platform business connecting consumers and merchants through its payment network. Leveraging technology, the company seeks to drive financial inclusion, particularly for undeserved communities across India. Honda and Nissan have begun talks for the merger that would create the world's third biggest automaker group by volume. Japan's second and third largest automakers are considering the possibility of establishing a holding company as well. The talks come as speculation swirls among the industry officials that Taiwan's electronics giant Foxconn has made a buyout offer for struggling Nissan. Some view the potential merger with Honda as a move by Nissan to thwart Foxconn's efforts. Following the reports of merger, Nissan's share prices have surged more than 22% in trade. And let's also now move on to other stories that we are tracking in this segment. The prices of butter has shot up by 25% in September this year. It's another blow to the consumers after a stretch of inflation that was triggered after COVID-19 pandemic and made worse by the war between Russia. As a result of the war between Russia and Ukraine, the butter inflation largely results from a global shortage of milk that's been caused by declining milk production, including in the US and New Zealand. Across the 27-member European Union, the price of butter rose 19% on average from October 2023 to October this year. In Slovakia itself, the price of this commodity has increased by 49%, whereas in Germany it has increased by 40%. Since butter is sold in standard prices, food producers cannot hide the price hikes by reducing package sizes, something which is known as shrinkflation. An exhibition that attracted several tourists and citizens in Beijing, the Mummy Life and Death in Ancient Egypt exhibition was held at Meet You Museum and showcased 123 ancient Egyptian artifacts. The exhibition was divided into 4 sections that featured highlights such as 3 mummy coffins, 2 valuable human mummies, 5 animal mummies and 8 mummy wrappings. Other exhibits included noble jewelry, statues, relief sculptures and even cosmetic tools spanning 4,300 years and 32 dynasties. The artifacts cover Egypt's ancient history from the Nile region's origins to its later developments, offering a comprehensive view of the ancient civilization's mystery and beliefs surrounding life. Meanwhile, US has announced a fresh wave of sanctions targeting Pakistan's long-range ballistic missile program, which also includes penalties on the state-owned National Development Complex and even 3 Karachi-based companies linked to it. In a statement that's been issued, US State Department has said that the sanctions have been issued under an executive order which aims towards curbing the spread of mass destruction weapons. Further, this move freezes any US-based assets belonging to targeted entities and also forbids American citizens or businesses from engaging with them. The NDC is headquartered in Islamabad and it has played significant role in Pakistan's missile development efforts. A large number of mysterious drones have been reportedly flying over the US over the past few days. The mysterious sightings have sparked speculation among officials and residents, raising questions about the how and why behind the events. Meanwhile, outgoing President Joe Biden has said that there is no threat emanating from these drones so far, although US security officials are not taking these sightings lightly. FBI and Homeland Security Department are involved in investigating these drones, which are spotted in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, among other places. In fact, some authorities have said that these sightings can actually be legal drones, manned aircraft and even stars.
There's a lot of drones authorized DC up there. I think one started and they all got everybody's around to getting the deal. But we're following the but so far no sense of the danger.
NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore's return from the International Space Station has been delayed again. Initially slated to return with the help of SpaceX, their mission has faced repeated setbacks. Their stay in space was originally planned to be a short-term assignment. Now it has been extended till spring of 2025, marking nearly 10 months in orbit. Their original mission duration set was just 1 week. However, due to technical issues with their spacecraft, which landed back on Earth without the astronauts, have led to multiple delays in their return. During a brief meeting with Ukrainian President and members of the European leaders, NATO General Secretary said that he wants to discuss ways to put Ukraine in a line position of strength for any future peace talks with Russia. He said that the focus must be that NATO should make sure that they can provide a strong weapon system to Ukraine. Meanwhile, Zelensky posted on Telegram that he would hold talks with leaders of the Czech Republic, France, Germany, Italy, Denmark, Netherlands and Poland as well. He's also due to take part in EU summit in the Belgian capital.
And very much high on the agenda is to make sure that the president, his team, Ukraine are in the best possible position one day when they decide so to start the peace talks. And that means that we have to do everything now to make sure that when it comes to air defense, when it comes to other weapon systems, that we make sure that we provide whatever we can.
At least one person was killed and 9 were injured in a car crash and shooting case in Baltimore in the US. As per officials, gunshots were reported throughout a neighborhood near where the car ultimately crashed outside a funeral home. Police believe that it was a planned incident. Officials did not provide any report on the condition of the 9 people injured in this incident.
Baltimore County Police were dispatched to the intersection of Loch Raven Boulevard and White Oak Avenue. That's in the 8500 block of Loch Raven Boulevard. An initial call for service, they spoke of multiple gunshots at that location.
Russia has mourned the death of its high-ranking general who was killed in a bomb blast in Moscow, for which Ukraine has claimed responsibility that they killed the chief of Russia's nuclear and chemical protection troops by saying that he was a legitimate target. Meanwhile, Russian investigation committee has detained a suspect in the killing of senior general. As per the committee's spokesperson, the suspect revealed that he was recruited by Ukrainian special services. The suspect also revealed to the Russian forces that he monitored the location and rented a car where he installed a video camera that was used to live stream the attack for officials back in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russian Federal Security Services have also published a video of the suspect's interrogation. In the video, the suspect is seen wearing handcuffs and speaking to the camera as interrogation of the suspect continues. Russian investigative spokesperson also said that the killing of senior general proves the rightness of Russia's actions in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Iran has paused the implementation of a stricter law that requires women to wear hijab. Many say that this bill could have sparked mass protests similar to those that erupted after the defeat of Mahsa Amini in 2022. The law was approved by the Iran parliament in September last year, will not be sent to the government this week as it was planned. This development means that Iran has temporarily halted imposition of this controversial law. Amid political unrest in Syria, flight operations have resumed at Damascus International Airport in Syrian capital. A Syrian Airlines plane carrying passengers from Damascus landed in Aleppo, which marks the first flight between the two cities that after the airport ceased operations, the airport was closed following the recent fall of Assad regime and the ongoing political crisis in the country. Only domestic airlines have resumed. No international flights are scheduled at the airport given the uncertain security conditions across Syria, although Syria's border crossings remain closed as a newly formed transitional government is trying to roll out new measures for the entry of both Syrians and foreigners in the country. Welcome back. Shifting focus to our sports segment, it's A spinner R Ashwin who's announced retirement from all forms of cricket. Getting you the details in our sports segment. India's premier off-spinner R Ashwin surprised the cricketing world by announcing his retirement with immediate effect in the middle of the Test series against Australia. Despite having a bit of punch left in him, Ashwin retires from the game as the second highest wicket taker for India in Test with 537 scalps in 106 games, placing him only behind the great Anil Kumble in the overall statistics. Just hours after Ravichandran Ashwin's retirement came as a shock for the cricketing world, former India skipper Virat Kohli lavished showered praises on the Indian spinner. Virat admitted to the fact that Ashwin's decision to retire made him a bit emotional. Kohli also reflected back on his 14-year-long cricketing journey with the legendary Indian spinner. The Indian dressing room was overwhelmed with emotions, but R. Ashwin maintained a stoic expression all along. Soon after his last press conference as an international cricketer, where he broke the news of his retirement to those who chronicled his illustrious career, Ashwin was on his way to the Indian dressing room, where Matthew Hayden stepped out to greet him as match referee. Ranjan Mudagle hugged the great off-spinner. R. Ashwin drew curtains to a glittering career, announcing retirement from international cricket in Brisbane. The spinner made the announcement after the final day of the third Border Gavaskar Trophy Test match. After announcing his retirement, Ashwin sent social media in a state of frenzy as teammates, ex-players and fans expressed shock over the decision that's been taken. Sachin Tendulkar joined the bandwagon and hailed Ashwin for his impact on cricket. And we now switch focus to our entertainment world, where we get you all that's happening in the world of glitz and glamour. Musician Badshah has landed in trouble after reports claim that he was fined 15,500 rupees for allegedly driving on the wrong side of the road. The incident happened after the singer was returning from Karan Aujla's concert, where the artists performed together. However, the rapper has denied the allegations, citing that he does not even own a Thar. Earlier, a social media clip that had surfaced which showed Badshah riding in a Thar. The singer took to social media to address the allegations, saying that he was not driving that day and was seated in a white vehicle. A sequel to 2012's Cocktail film is slated for May 2025. It will be directed by Homi Ajania, while Rashmika Mandana's name is also being associated with the project. There are no confirmations yet whether the actor will be joining the cast. Much like the last film, Cocktail 2 will explore young relationships of this era. And with that, it's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning. We are going to be back with Live This Morning at 7 a.m.